Hey Jason, this is Connor Henderson, Assistant Professor of Marketing at University of Oregon, and I use This Week in Startup cases like Home Hero in my class as case studies. Half my students love you, half my students are not fans. I'm curious if you've done any research or thought into kind of understanding who resonates with your style, etc. Looking at the camera like this. And also I was curious if there's particular metrics around customers, customer loyalty, customer satisfaction that you encourage your portfolio companies to test in A/B testing, different promotions, programs, website design, etc. Cool, thanks.
Okay, Connor, thank you for that. Yes, I can be polarizing at times. I realize that. I'm blunt. I'm a bit of an acquired taste. Here's the thing. With me, you always know that I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to be telling the truth and I'm going to be super honest with you. Some people don't like that. And those two groups of people you refer to, some of them might be super fans and then other ones are not fans of Jason. There's actually a common word in the English language. It's called winners and losers. So there's fans of Jason, those are obviously the winners, and there's the losers who are not fans. I'm joking, of course. Listen, I'm not here to get anybody's approval. I'm here to have interesting conversations with startups. And I'm here to have a blunt, engaging conversation. So I know sometimes I rub people the wrong way. I don't care. Really, sincerely, I don't. What I care about is, am I in the moment having a great conversation with a great entrepreneur? And secondarily, yeah, I want people to listen to it and enjoy the program, I guess. But I don't really care beyond the fact that I'm engaged. And if I'm engaged, I like to think that the people who care about this topic, startups, will be engaged. Now, the second question you had, and thank you for being a super fan, by the way, and thank you for using the show in your college. I know a lot of colleges and a lot of clubs and entrepreneurship clubs watch the show together. I think it's an awesome thing to do because, listen, we get great guests. I have a great four-time Emmy award-winning producer, Jackie, who gets all these great guests. So the show is awesome, and it's great for students to start watching it. How do you get feedback for your startup, and what do I advise them to do? Well, obviously, Net Promoter Score, NPS, if you don't know Net Promoter Score, is absolutely, the gold standard in getting feedback as far as most people are concerned. And, if you don't know what NPS is, Net Promoter Score, it's very simple. How likely are you to refer this product or service to one of your friends? Tell us on a scale of 1 to 10. Everybody's gotten these surveys in the mail or gotten them after you get an email with your receipt, maybe. If a person scores 1 to 6, they're a detractor, you get -1. If the person scores 9 and 10, they're an advocate, you get +1. If they're 7 or 8, they're kind of indifferent, and you get 0 points. And then some people have products that score a 20, a 40, a 60. You can go type highest Net Promoter Scores in the world, and you can find them, right? This is a great piece of feedback. I think open-ended feedback is super powerful. So just telling people, how could this be better? Or how could we have served you better in your app, in your email? And you have to think about what are the touch points for your customers. So back in the day, when I was starting in business in the 80s and the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, there was a big trend, outsource your customer support. Send your customers to India, to the Philippines, Ireland, anywhere, but at your office. Because it's a cost center and you can just save money. So why wouldn't you save? And just Microsoft literally would send you to a person in India to, try to help you get Microsoft Windows installed on your computer. And then I met a guy named Dave Nealman, I believe his name is, and he started JetBlue. And he was like, I'm using people working from home, usually stay-at-home moms and dads, and paying them $15 an hour in Utah. Seems like Utah has a lot of people who want to work from home. And I love the fact that they're Americans and they work full-time for our company and they're not outsourced because what they talk about, they're actually salespeople. They're actually doing product development. Getting open-ended feedback and talking to people when they have problems, you can turn them into advocates. And this is why Tony Hsieh was so revolutionary when he told everybody inside of Zappos, you can do anything you want to help customers. And literally, somebody didn't get their shoes for a wedding, famously, and somebody who was a customer advocate at Zappos got on a plane, found the person at the wedding, and got them their tuxedo shoes. Or somebody spent an hour or two on the phone with somebody. They have these record-long phone calls. In the old days, it was get off the phone. So you want to talk to your customers. There's a lot of great pieces of software from Intercom to just tons of other ones, Localytics, I think, where they're integrating into the product, HubSpot, encouraging people to give feedback and then starting dialogues with them. So in any way you can talk to those early customers, the product manager, the product manager should be doing customer support so they can learn about what's wrong with the product directly from the customers. The customer support people should not look at themselves as the cost center in the company. They're the opportunity center because they can come up with great ideas on how to make the product better. Salespeople fall into this category as well. I always tell people, salespeople at your current company, at your startup, put 50% of their budget on product development and 50% on sales and marketing. Because when they get on the phone, we can do a third marketing, a third customer support, a third product, and a third sales. Because a lot of times, the salespeople find the truth. So I was talking to the sales team at Signpost, which is one of the investments I've done that's done tremendous. So proud of the team at Signpost. And at Signpost, those sales executives are talking to local businesses every day, asking them what their problems are and what software and features they can build. And you know what? One of those 200, 300 salespeople, they might have the idea that 10X is the company. In fact, they're most likely to have the next idea, not the founder. The founder may have great ideas in the beginning, but you really want to talk to your customers. Listening labs is another way to get feedback, where you bring a customer in and you just talk to them, or customer interviews is another one. There's all these different styles and ways of doing it. You can have people come in and do a user testing lab, you can do a listening lab, and it's all worth doing. And I think most startups don't do enough of it, frankly. So what I'm trying to do with my startups is I run little clinics for them where I'll bring people in to do user testing, and I bring in a user testing person, and I share the cost amongst 5 startups, 6 startups. It's absolutely imperative that you get feedback. And if you can build it into the product, that's the height of product design today. So when you finish your Uber ride, what does it ask you to do? Rate the driver, give feedback. Oh, you gave it a 3? Then it opens up the highlight and says, what was the issue? Driving quality, car quality, whatever. This is the height of customer feedback, and you can get it in real time. So you can be like, you know what? In this city, things are going wrong on the weekends. In this city, things are going wrong during the week. Oh my God, the passengers are getting poor ratings in their Ubers on the weekends and after midnight. Oh, they're drunk. Oh, the drivers are getting bad ratings during rush hour. Oh, there's gridlock. They're blaming it on the drivers. It's so much data, so much amazing stuff. So I really think you got to really empower everybody in the organization to be talking to customers and getting feedback. Awesome question. And next time I'm in Oregon, I would love to stop by your class and do a fireside chat. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it, Connor.